This podcast is rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Some material may not be suitable for children. Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching the best movies ever made, according to IMDb. Our website is mission250filmcast.com. Well, this movie's on the list.
Or Denny.
This movie's on the list.
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
is it?
Number 76.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Never
not
mind.
just me. This is a relevant one. It's newly on the list. I think it came out in 2016, so the year that we froze the list, so made it under the wire. Or didn't make it under the wire. Whatever. Yeah, we watch the best movies ever made, typically. I'm one of your hosts, Denny, and my other hosts are
John?
And TC.
And yeah, so this week we're watching the 2016 movie Your Name, directed by Makoto Shinkai. The synopsis is: two strangers find themselves linked in a bizarre way. When a connection forms, will distance be the only thing to keep them apart? Question mark? There's a question in the synopsis.
Wow.
And by the sound that TC's making, it might not be good that he's going first, but he is. So what'd you think, TC?
Go, TC, go.
It turns out that young adult rom-coms suck in animation, and just like they do in regular life.
Oh,
no.
I thought it
Fucking hell,
might.
I couldn't wait to get this
Sometimes
fucking
you
thing
go for
over
the
with.
you go for the rom-com sometimes. Oh,
I did not like this one at all.
Oh.
I think it's just because I'm a
TC.
negative Nancy. You know, Timmy Buckles, he meets, he's actually getting me, interstellar relationship too. Timmy Buckles met negative Nancy. They're perfect for each other.
I thought this was perfect for you, TC, to be honest, because it's all about like waiting to find the right person and like,
I'm
there's
not waiting.
sci-fi.
I'm just fucking screwed. I'm not waiting.
Okay.
I'm just fucking screwed. I'm not fucking looking for a note in my notebook like, I wonder if anybody's fucking talking to me from some other dimension. No. This one was not. I did not like this one at all. At first I thought like, all right, I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
We'll wait till tomorrow. Made it about halfway through. Like, I'll do it again tomorrow. What the fuck? I'm tired. I went to bed. Then I watched it again, and it's like, this fucking movie sucks.
Did you watch English dubbed or subtitled only?
And I think that has to do with it. I think the English dub is really fucking poorly done, but I was not paying attention to it. Well, I did start it in Japanese, and then I bought the dub just because I was like, I'm not paying attention to it as it is.
Right.
So maybe if it's in the dub, I'll like watch it and at least know what the fuck's going on if I take my eyes off it. But it was just bad. The music was bad. I mean, I don't really want to watch love from different dimensions and some fucking stupid story that's got them there. I don't know. It was just... It was not where my head's at in the right time, It was like I said, Timmy Buckles. We got cards being drafted. Their marriage is coming up soon. It's Timmy Buckles, negative Nancy. They're gonna, Larry Arabia will be there. Fucking Tommy
died of a meth overdose 2 years ago.
Tommy
but that
the
hasn't stopped love.
cement guy. Tommy the cement guy is gonna do the pavements for them to walk down. It's gonna be a good time.
That's not dry yet. You don't walk there. You don't walk there. It's not dry yet.
Fuck you. I'll put my initials in there if I want to. You son of a bitch. Fucking Nancy, get over here. Tell this fucking asshole what it's all about. Timmy. Unfortunately, he's a crazy kind of guy. I love him to death, but he's crazy. And we met interstellarly. It was a really funny thing that we met. I wrote a thing on a notebook. Who are you? And he wrote back, a fucking piece of shit. Who are you? And it was all done. We were in love. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I think that you guys know, for me, animation's a stretch anyways. So if the story's not jiving with me, it was just a mess.
Yeah.
I was like, did you guys watch the dub or the original?
The dub.
I watched the dubbed.
How bad was the music? That shitty fucking like Christian rock pop.
The power pop stuff I could do without, but I thought the piano music was pretty good.
Was beautiful.
Oh, that's fine. I meant
piano.
just that song. Those kind of songs. It was just
the
like,
power pop
holy
sounds
shit.
a lot better. Or in my mind, it sounds a lot better in Japanese. So they, it's kind of impressive that they went and redid all the lyrics.
Same band redid the Radwimps.
I mean, that's not that
Good name for a
impressive.
band.
Not that impressive. It's just a
but
thing.
It's still,
Could you do that, TC? I don't think so. It's pretty fucking impressive.
I mean, I'm just saying it's a common thing that people do when they localize languages, right?
Yeah, that's true. I wondered, but he does. I mean, they do a great job of singing without kind of any accent at all when they do the English side of it. But it just sounds really strange. It sounds a lot more generic and vanilla when they're doing the English version. It's still very much like bubblegum pop type stuff. But I was listening to the Japanese versions today, and I kind of like them. But
well, that's to each his own,
Yeah, I know.
Wait, John, you said you didn't like the Americanized version of the power pop, but you like the Japanese version of it?
I like the Japanese version better. I didn't mind it, but the beginning of this film, especially like the way they presented it and introduced it, it felt like it was like a TV show. Like it was like,
and honestly, when it first started, dude, I was like, I'm gonna like this. This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. I think it was just the fact that it just seemed like a young adult TV show.
It's certainly the start even like they show. It's weird how they show you the premise in a way about how they're switching bodies, as if this is like an ongoing series that you're going to see.
Like you missed last episode. Here we go. Right. We'll fill you in. So there's a lot of exposition too, though, which I hate.
Right, and then you back up and see other stuff. But yeah, so. Man, well, Timmy, good luck. I don't know what you want. You want a dime bag or what we can get you to,
No, it's cool. I met Nancy. We're negative together. It's all set. We're good. We'll just start tearing out the walls first, then we'll make our way over to the flooring. It's okay. We got projects lined up. It's cool. We won't put on that power pop garbage, and I'll be all set. I love you too, honey. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I just got to do this for a bit. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Timmy's got someone now. Oh, God, we got a new character.
Timmy's got commitments.
They're gonna reproduce, and we're all fucked then. That's not good.
Yeah, no, the schizophrenia is just getting more and more apparent as we go. I don't know, guys. It was just a tough one. I really did get into it for some reason. I mean, and I guess maybe the animation, I'm so used to seeing it from like a Ghibli side, that it wasn't new. I don't know. Timmy likes new pipes. He likes shiny new pipes, not so much the PVC kind, but, the shiny
the
kind
Ghibli
of steel,
stuff always, it was different. Yeah.
TC, I'm sorry. I thought
what
this
do you
was
guys
a home run for you, man. I really did.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, I kind of did too when I was reading the synopsis. Yeah. It seemed like a great idea. Even the opening part, I was like, I'm going to get into this. And then for some reason, as it went, I just... I really do think that, how I am with sound too. Those songs, really, I mean, literally, it's like...
I could see
for me that literally hung on that fucking song hit, and I was just like, "What are they doing? Is this like a bad? This is like a bad unscripted show now. It's like some bad reality show. It's weird,
like a WB show or something."
Yeah, right. Like, when's Buffy the Vampire Slayer coming out, guys? I mean, Jesus Christ, get the fucking steak ready, drive it through my heart. I can't fucking take it anymore. It was something else. I hate to break it down, but like I said, I was just at Timmy and Native Nancy's wedding, so.
Yeah, hey, that's right.
John, what about you? What were your reactions? Is this your first time watching this?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It did have something of a young adult feel, sort of. But I thought the scenery was just gorgeous. I was like happy to look at the environments.
Agreed.
I thought they were really beautiful.
I did like some of the cityscapes. They looked kind of cool.
Yeah. The nature scenes, even though I sometimes thought it was a little long, I didn't mind it. I was like, the story's a little long, a little drawn out here, but I'm just enjoying watching the scenery. Whether it was the city or the countryside stuff that they did, I think it's the most beautiful environments I've seen in an animated film.
I would agree.
And
it's fucking amazing. It's like, it makes it worth watching just for that, I think, just by itself.
Yeah, I thought so. I think that there were things that would take me sort of a little bit in and out. Like the pop songs are a little strange, but the piano I thought fit really well. The piano I thought was really beautiful. Great. And the story was fun. It was interesting. I liked the idea.
Did you follow it? Did you follow it? You did. Are you sure?
I mean, do I know why? No.
No, but did you follow it linearly? Like, could you explain why everything happens and where they met, when, and all that?
I could say more of what. It's like, okay, they're 3 years apart, that they're connected. I don't know how they got connected the way they got connected. If there's an explanation for that,
there is.
Great.
Do you want to go through it after you're done? It might be one of the ones where it might be worth it, because otherwise, yeah.
See, all I can say is I know that they're like separated 3 years, and their relationship is somehow disconnected, where they're like 3 years in time, and then every other day or so, they're like switching bodies. So they're living first of all, she's living 3 years before him, or where they're switching bodies, the point in time is 3 years apart. So he's like in her body 3 years ago. She's in his body 3 years in the future, and they keep switching back and forth for a while, and then they stop. So I didn't really understand the why of it or how it happened.
Because she dies.
Well, but why 3 years? What started it all? Okay, she dies, but what started all of that? Like
She started all of it because she did the ceremony where she made the sake stuff and then prayed to like a god saying like, I wish I woke up. I wish I was a Tokyo boy for a day or something. And then she went to sleep. So like the god, because the sacrifice granted her wish, basically.
And that kicked it off. Oh, okay. And the other thing that makes it a little hard to do is because the film wasn't linear at first. It like showed you a bunch of stuff happening again, like it was an ongoing TV show, which just confused me for a while too. Yeah. It's like, did this all already happen?
It's already really confusing too, because the first thing you see is the Taki character wake up in the Mitsuha's body, and he's like confused, and it's the very first time. But then it cuts to the breakfast where it's Mitsuha and Mitsuha's body having a regular day. You're right. Like, wait a minute, what the hell what was that?
Exactly. We were, for a while, Nikki and I were both watching it going, now wait, is he, or did he just adapt really fast? Was this the first time it happened? Or, what? We didn't.
Yeah.
So
and I think the second part is just to give you a base. It's like, all right, this is going to be a body switch movie, but first we're going to give you a taste and then give you a base.
But then they're not clear. They aren't clear about that's what they're doing. And so it just gets a little confusing. Yeah. Yeah. But I didn't mind. Again, I was just like, Nikki and I were just both relaxed in watching it and just sort of enjoying the colors and the composition of the scenery and everything. Like it was just, we were like, wow, look at that. That's really beautiful. So I really liked those parts. I thought not just the scenery then too, but like how they like represented the comet was just amazing, and the destruction and just the art style of the film, which it just seemed very like everything was trying to be a painting kind of. Yeah. And it just really, everything seemed to be composed very thoughtfully. And I just thought it was pretty amazing and worth, I'd kind of like to watch it again, sort of not, having more of a sense, maybe I'd follow the plot more and be a little more interested then.
This is my third time watching it, and I still had questions after watching it, being like, well, wait a minute, what? Because there's one part I didn't catch this time, and you guys, I assume you probably didn't catch it either, since I didn't catch it 3 times, but it's pretty important, and they just really only hint at it, and it's a huge plot point that explains somewhat of the ending.
Huh. But, okay. Yeah. But I don't know if I have a whole lot to say about it other than that. I thought I'm glad I watched it. And Nikki and I both were like, yeah, that was very different. Not what we were thinking. Not even what I've been expecting with Ghibli stuff. Because Ghibli, that stuff is all about, it is a lot about character and animation. And the animation's good. It's not as picturesque as this was. I don't know what the word is. But it's the Ghibli stuff. It's more about, I don't know, what I've loved about it.
This movie is high definition Totoro, basically.
Kinda. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, without Totoro. Without like a 12-legged cat bus.
Yeah, there's no cute animals really in this movie, but
right. There's no like, even in
their town is so similar though, like where they live up on a hill and they have that little wooded pathway to their house. And
right. Yeah, but there's not these. Even though this movie is like science fiction and time travel and all that, it's not fantastical really. That's the other thing about the Studio Ghibli stuff. Like even Totoro, which is the main story is just about 2 sisters, but it's still there's these like amazing fantastical elements, which is great, and that's sort of like not here. This is much more sedate in that sense, and again, it's just still very beautiful otherwise. But yeah, anyway,
and then some of the best parts because even some of the shots, there's like a shot of someone nailing a nail into a piece of wood, and he hits it like 4 times, and the 4th time it goes in, and it also makes like that indent into the wood you get when you finally hit a nail in. You know what I'm talking about? It's like they animated that. Yeah, never seen that. Animated before.
It just feels like it's very meticulously done. Kind of. Yeah. I wouldn't mind watching it again. Just I'd be happy to have it like on in the background, just because of just watching like the features and the details of the imagery that they use. But anyway, that's all I got.
That's the best part. I totally agree, John. That it's. I think not even just the nature stuff, but even the city stuff and the character animations. And all that stuff I think it's the best animation I've ever seen. I'm not huge into animated films beyond like Ghibli movies and some like, I've seen Akira and, Pixar movies, which can't really directly compare to this stuff. But
for some reason, and I don't know if this makes any sense to compare it to, but I was thinking of Into the Spider-Verse as kind of a comparison.
Oh, yeah, because there's like hand-drawn plus computer animation going on at the same time.
And the meticulousness of it, I think, too. Like it looks like it's very clear they spend a lot of time.
Yeah, for sure. Is it Into the Totoro-verse? Is that this movie?
Into the Totoro.
The inception of Totoro. Get out of my fucking wedding. Get out of my wedding, Totoro. No one invited you. You're in the wrong galaxy.
Like, hey, Timmy, don't piss off the forest spirit, Timmy. Don't
Fuck
do
the
it.
forest spirit. Who invited the forest spirit? I don't even fucking. We're in the middle of fucking desert here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Plastering, dude. Fuck off. Tell Totoro to fuck himself. Yeah, hey Larry, take care of this fucking guy, would you? I don't know what to do. He's an animation.
And I'm really sad too. Just like you guys both. So, John, you weren't emotionally impacted by this movie necessarily. You just enjoyed watching.
Oh no, I was
pictures.
teared up a little. I thought it tugged at me a bit. I thought it was very sweet. I thought it was it was just a very sweet film. I thought it was kind of like just how they were trying to. I don't know. It was very much a nice romantic story there, and so yeah, I won't deny it. But I wasn't. I was almost just. There were other things that would distract me or pull me out of it. Even sort of the gorgeousness of it, where I would like not be paying attention to the characters so much because I'd be like, "Wow, look at that."
Huh? Yeah. Maybe so. Yeah, this is the third time both me and Naomi watched it, and she said she came closer to crying this time than she had the first two times. Yeah. Maybe because she is less distracted.
Interesting.
With the images and stuff. Yeah. But I also felt more emotional watching it this time, especially during the part where like they show like all the audio cuts and it just shows the meteor hitting, and it's pretty much just like, this is a nuclear bomb. Yeah. This is like, most Japanese movies, they incorporate that. Yeah. And that's the equivalent because, it's part of their culture, but with the bombs in the 40s. But it was, I thought that was really good, the way they did that and the way they
built up to that really well. That was like pretty powerful. The way they would be like the meteor would hit and there'd be like just this bell ring kind of.
Yeah,
and they
you see the reflection in the eyes and stuff.
Right. And they would do that they did that like 3 or 4 times, and then you finally get to see the impact. And it's it is powerful once they show you that impact too. When they actually here's what it looked like. You only get to see it like leading up to the point, and then there's like a cut. So yeah, that was pretty well done too.
When the lead up to that, when the power gets cut and everyone's just kind of wandering around and the sirens start going off and stuff, it's a little scary.
Oh, that's gotta get you back to give you some Hawaii flashbacks. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Just my now permanent fear of being bombed. Yeah.
Right. Well, so for the audience's benefit, Denny, you were in Hawaii when they had this missile scare.
Remember 2.5 years ago when everyone got texted that there was a bomb coming and it was going to kill us all? Yeah, I was there in Hawaii when that happened. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. He went to COVID. He went to Thailand for COVID. He went to fucking Hawaii for the nuke. What are you going to do next, Denny? What are you going to test the water next, bud?
You're getting everything.
Yeah. You're going to test the water next.
The worst travelers ever. The worst fucking luck. Yeah, and I really like the story. I thought the story was awesome. It doesn't really make sense. There's a bunch of questions I have, like why 3 years in the future? Why not at the same time? It's kind of just like a plot device thing, I think, where it's like, there needs to be a twist at the end or like in the middle where it's like, they're not the same timeline, so they can't just meet each other. I think this movie does a really good job at kind of just carrying you, at least for me. Like there's a lot of going back and looking at the individual parts. Like when she meets him on the train, the way that pans out is just really dumb. But when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, that's sad. Why she doesn't recognize her. But I'm like, wait a minute, why would she leave? Why wouldn't she fucking say something?
Girl. What a weird girl.
She traveled all the way to Tokyo and she's been inside this dude's body. She wouldn't just be like, "Aw," and then leave.
And why would he be so slow to put together he didn't even he had to remember that this comet hit? My God, it only happened 3 years ago. Nobody would ever forget. Across the whole world, everybody's going to know about that little village.
Well, that's also the convenient forgetting mechanic the movie has, right? Where it's just like things based or I just chalked it up. It's like not only are his brain switches, body switches you forget those as time goes on, but you also forget the surrounding events to anything related to the body switching.
Yeah.
Which, it's a bit of a reach, but I don't know. I think the movie kind of does a good enough job to keep it all kind of vague. They don't set hardcore rules on anything. So you're like, all right, whatever, something weird's going on.
Right. And they don't ever sit there and explain it all, which would then really make it so you could question it. I think they just sort of are trying to just move you along. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of like the idea, too, of the moral. I don't know if there's a moral, but the ending point of the movie is that everyone kind of feels like they're searching for somebody. And this is just a way to kind of insert a weird fantasy element. So maybe everyone has this happen to them. but we all forget about it.
Everybody has their special someone.
Yeah, you travel back in time, and then you eventually find that person in real life, and that's the only way to ever meet somebody.
That's right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, plot. Let's go through the plot. I want to go through the plot.
Okay, yeah, explain to me.
So, my understanding
Explain
is, please give me any questions as we go along here. Interrupt me.
Okay.
My understanding of the plot is linearly, the girl, Mitsuha, she makes the sake. She gets like made fun of. She has to do a ritual or whatever. She spits the sake into the little cup there.
Well, it's not sake, yeah. It's just rice that they're chewing up and spitting out, right?
Sake eventually.
And it ferments, yeah.
Right. So then she makes the...
So correction there on your
correction. I already fucked it up.
there.
God damn it.
Yeah.
So
Go on. Don't let
she
me
makes
stop
the
you.
offering
but go
to,
on, but don't stop
to
now.
whatever god that was, and then that night wishes she was a Tokyo boy, right? So then the next day in her world, she wakes up and she's the Tokyo boy for a day, and that's when that whole back and forth switcheroo thing happens. And I think it would be easier just to go through this in like a linear form for
please.
her, basically.
Right,
So
right, exactly. Because she's the one back in time, so we
Right.
follow her up.
So she is traveling back and forth through in this kid's body 2 to 3 times a week for, we don't know, because it montages over that period of time from the start till the meteor, but it's maybe a year or two, something, maybe even just weeks. I don't fucking know. Months.
It doesn't seem very long. It doesn't seem a long time,
They
but it
fall
is
in
hard
love
to
with
say.
each other.
Yeah.
Even though it's weird, because if you're inside of a body, you're gonna fall in love with a body that you've been inside in. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It wasn't just the body, though. Their journals, they're like reading each other's accounts of the day. The movie doesn't go into this in a lot of detail, but they like, especially like she sort of like tries to improve his life. And you see that sort of side of things, where she's like improving his relationships with other people to some extent.
And he's improving her life too, because she's kind of a pushover with her family and stuff. And he acts more like a tough person.
Right. So that's kind of the idea, is that they're like doing what happens in a good relationship where, you make yourself better people, but they literally sort of get to do that.
Forced to do that.
Or at least you improve on the strengths. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she basically goes back and forth until one day there's a meteor that everyone knows about, by the way. And they live in a town with not one, but 2 giant meteor holes already very close to each other.
Hey.
So, I mean,
What are the odds?
I would say, hey, has this happened before? Should we get the fuck out of here? No?
Right.
All right. We'll listen to the scientist, I guess. Like, yeah. But,
Dr. Fauci, what do you think? No, I think you're all right. You can stay. Just start writing shit in notebooks. You'll be all right.
I want to stand over here,
Descent. Yeah. But, and then she dies, right? She dies.
Right.
And then 3 years pass in this timeline. And then all of a sudden, a random Tokyo kid starts switching bodies with this person that lived 3 years ago. Or even, so it's a 3-year difference.
Wait. Where does he get the ribbon? No.
He gets the
so the ribbon.
Oh, sorry. So in that 3 years,
she goes to Tokyo.
Yes.
She goes during that 3 years. She goes to Tokyo and meets him.
No, so this part confused me. I think she goes.
Yeah.
She sends her last message to him, which is that she set up this date with this girl that he's talking about. Right? She sends him that message. The next day,
because she doesn't know that he's 3 years in the future, right? So
Right.
she's going to Tokyo.
So she sets it up in a place where she knows she can find, so she can go and meet him in Tokyo.
Right.
So she does that, and she goes. She goes to the spot. She doesn't see him in Tokyo. He's 3 years in the future. No idea that the girl that he's switching bodies with wants to see him.
Right.
Goes on the date. It doesn't go too well. But on the way, so from what I've taken away from it, is on the way home from that date, she's leaving because she didn't see him on the bridge. He's going home on the train, and they bump into each other on the train that day.
No, they don't. But not that on that date. No, it's 3 years ago for him. Also, he's just leading his life normally, not having any idea of her. She couldn't find him anywhere. She just happens to run into him on the train.
Why was she in Tokyo?
And because she went to see him. She went to go on the date. Like, it's 3 years in the past. So she didn't know.
So she
that
waited at the bridge
future.
all day and was like, all right, I'm going home. And she randomly saw him on the train.
Yes. And that's where he gets the ribbon that he's had for years, and he doesn't know where it came from. Right? So she does that make sense? So like that's where they, again, randomly, that they just happen to run each other into each other in the train, but whatever.
Yeah, but so that's 3 years. So she's still alive then. But
yes. But he doesn't know who she is at all.
She dies before she can switch bodies with him again. Because otherwise she'd write a message being like, dude, what the fuck? I saw you. Why didn't you say hi to me? Or something like that.
It's the day before the comet that she goes to, or even it's the day of possibly.
Yeah, one of the two.
It's the day before. Yeah,
I think it's the day before because
she
had to like dress up and shit for the comet thing.
Right. So yeah, it's the day before the comet that she goes and tries to do this, and then that's it, right?
So then, sure, last 3 days of her life are 1, body switch, write a note, make a date for Taki. Then second to last day of her life, she goes to Tokyo and waits on a bridge for a while, and then meets Taki, but he doesn't know her, so she gets upset and goes home. And then the final day of her life is she gets dressed up and then watches the meteor crash into her town. Yep. Okay, so then 3 years pass, and a random Tokyo kid starts traveling back into this other person's body. For how long does that happen? We don't know how long the body stuff happens.
Again, just weeks.
Months, it's not clear. Something less than a year, probably more than a month, less than a year, something like that.
Yeah.
Until eventually one day it stops happening, and he has no idea why. Right? He's very sad about it. Everyone thinks he's going crazy. He starts fantasizing about these like visions he's having. He becomes an architect so he can draw what he's thinking accurately, so he can like maybe find this place eventually.
Well, not just then. I mean, he had like even early on, he had a poster on his wall that said architecture. So he was into architecture. Yeah.
Look at John reading wall posters in the first viewing.
That's right.
Yeah.
So he was kind of leaning in that direction otherwise, but I kind of like that angle that he's like trying to recreate that place that he should friggin' know about because, anyway.
No, they told you, John, it's in the movie. The memories just kind of fade away there a bit.
Yeah, it's a global catastrophe. But you just can think like, if you're able to message each other, you could write like, hey, where do you live? Hey, what's your phone number? Hey, any number of questions could be asked and answered that might have enabled them to figure this out, right?
Maybe they weren't interested. Maybe they weren't interested. Maybe they thought this was going to happen forever, and it was just going to be. I don't know. If you body swap with somebody, would you want to meet that person? I wouldn't necessarily want to meet them face to face. That'd be fucking weird. Weirder than it already is.
Yeah, I don't know. But at least if you're just like hanging out and you body swap, at least that's a constant thing between you. You'd be like, hey, I'm you now, and you're me. Yeah, hey, hi.
So then eventually he gets sick and tired of like his life without her, basically, right? Because all of his friends are like. He's too distracted. He can't find a job. He can't find a girlfriend because he's too distracted about this memory that's bugging him over and over again, right? So he finally bails on town. His friends come with him to help him out. And they find a guy who knows the town. And he kind of bails on his friends and goes with the guy who knows about it and goes up to the meteor, the older meteor, which is now there's 3 meteors now when he visits because the third one is the larger one of the lake, whatever.
Yeah.
Goes there during magic hour. Not just a good time to shoot a movie, but it's apparently you can talk to ghosts from the past, which is cool. I didn't know that.
So that's another place where it gets confusing. Like now she's already, they
turn back into their own selves during that, and that confused the hell out of me.
Yeah,
right. Because he's her before that. Wait, no, is she? I don't know. TC knows.
It's even worse listening to it.
Yeah,
it is.
Sorry, dude.
It.
Yeah, now I'm confused again when they get there. I was like, sorry, TC.
Oh, you're good. You're good. It's all good because you guys are being so confusing as is talking about. There's no way anyone listens to this and goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna watch that one." Sure. And then I win secretly.
Yeah.
I'll high five Timmy, which is just me in my room, high five in the air.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
I'm sure somebody who's watched this a bunch of times is maybe listening and being like, these guys are idiots.
I know the answers. Going to the wiki.
I know what he's trying to say. All I have to do is say it this way.
Oh, he does. Oh, wait. He drinks the sake, too, though. That Taki goes to the shrine.
So, he goes to the top, drinks the sake, drinks their
shrine
spit.
and drinks the sake. Yeah.
They gets knocked out. They switch bodies. That's when they switch bodies. He lives the day out, the last day of her life, tries to get the thing to go. But then they go back up on top, and they're in each other's bodies. But as soon as the magic hour hits, they flip back to their own bodies and have a little conversation before magic hour ends, and they go back to their own time period, whatever. And then eventually, in his timeline, and her timeline starts up again because she survives the meteor at this point because of what he did when he time traveled back and tried to save the town.
Right.
Did you guys pick up on that? That part was confusing to me.
No, I didn't. No. It wasn't clear that it was a little strange. Yeah.
So what you're supposed to get out of it is that because when he writes his name on her hand, he writes, "I love you" on it. And that gives her like the strength to try to save her own life. which gives her the strength. There's like a scene where it shows her going up to her father.
Right, but
and
they
then it
don't show
cuts.
the confrontation.
Yeah, but you're supposed to assume that she convinces her father to use the sirens to actually
at the
evacuate
time,
people.
It seemed like, given the way things were playing out, there wasn't enough time to evacuate at that point anyway. So I assumed they all were dead.
That's what I assumed too. But then I heard 500 people, and I was like, wait a minute, is that better than it was initially, or is that the same? Like, I don't know. So yeah, that part confused me. I had to read up on that. So you're supposed to assume that she convinces her father to use the sirens, and they kind of talk about that in the final exposition part too, where they say like there was a conspiracy behind it because it was so convenient and last minute that they issued the warnings, and her father was like under investigation and lost his job. Those are all like newspaper clippings and shit at the end that I didn't really understand why they were showing it to me. But that's also supposed to prop up that plot point, I guess. But then they pass each other on the train and they feel the little tug, and then they get off on opposite train stations and run towards each other, and then they are going to be happy and live forever together. And all
and they simultaneously ask each other their names.
Yeah.
Credits.
Well, I still don't feel totally clear on it after that. I thought that would clear it up, but hey, whatever.
Yep.
It's a good movie.
Yay.
Great movie. I'll definitely watch it again.
No matter what
TC
TC says. I think it's great. I, for one, am happy to have watched it.
Nice.
Yeah. I think maybe TC, keep it on wait a couple years and watch it on a rainy day just to feel good about the landscapes
maybe.
and the beautiful weather and all that shit. I loved it.
Right. Maybe go, actually do it when I have a girlfriend or something, feel better about it. And maybe it's, I thought about it later too. It's just like some of this is just because I'm so unhappy, So I don't want to watch this. Like this little fucking nice little thing. Oh, you meet somebody, you fucking write tickets on it.
That's what I liked it. Because you like Before Sunrise. You love that movie. And that's kind of the exact same kind of story as this.
I had a girlfriend when I watched that one for the first time. So just bringing back good memories.
Okay.
Maybe that's
it. That's the thing with the movies, right? It's all about your, where you're at in your head when you watch it can dictate the whole movie, regardless of how good it is. So, I just maybe wasn't in the mood.
And honestly, if you hated that music so much, it really kicked off the movie.
No, the music just kicked me out of it.
Yeah. It is aggressive. I don't know how.
It's just
I was so
what
forgiving.
is this young adult thing? I don't like this pop music.
It is terrible, but I don't know. This movie is made for younger people, so I kind of just chalked it up to be like, oh, this is apparently what younger Japanese teenagers are listening to. That's fine.
I know, but there's adults making this. Someone was just like, guys, really? Like, someone had to be in the room. It was just like, we're not picking that one, are they? No, I think it's perfect.
I think the theme song should be a 1999 generic cover of a Sum 41 song.
I hear these kids are playing video games these days. I have no idea, but I heard they listen to this one while they do it. So I think we're going to use this one just because the data proves that they like this when they play video games. I don't know. I don't know. Something about Game Boy and Nintendo. And,
the Mario twins.
This one's good, though. This one's good. This one's good. Yeah. I don't know. Something Levine. They like Levine. I don't know. It's close enough. I mean, honestly,
if that was the case and they followed those data
me.
points, they would have been correct. This movie is the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
Wow.
Or not animated, sorry. Anime.
That's why I don't like
anime
it.
Movie.
It's even better that I don't like it. It's exactly what I would do. Oh, everyone likes it? Yeah, I'm not watching it. Fuck off.
Well, you'll like number 2. We haven't even gotten to number 2 yet. It's Spirited Away.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3 is Howl's Moving Castle, which we've seen. And we all
I thought we watched Spirited Away.
No, that one's 30, I think, on the list.
I think I've seen that one, though, for some reason. I don't know, whatever.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll, for that one, maybe I'll. Never mind. I'm not going to say it. It's whatever, guys. I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah.
How's the Grey Duck Theater doing, by the way?
Oh, yeah. Good question.
It's good. Grey Duck Theater is still doing good. They're still doing virtual shows. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
You can go to greyducktheater.com.
Try not to sound too enthusiastic about it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Are they opening up anytime
soon? Try
to
sound tired and talk as slow as possible. Go.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at this time of night. Grey Duck's doing awesome. Yeah,
nice.
They got a lot of films.
Bit much there, John, but okay, we can make it work.
Yeah, thank you. They're still showing a lot of films online, so you could go there and watch a film virtually. A lot of independent stuff coming through there, so definitely check it out.
Sweet. All right, so there's actually not that much trivia that I haven't already said. There's another movie that is one of the highest grossing anime movies of all time, directed by the same guy, if you're interested in this kind of animation. It's called Weathering with You. The weather, like Weather. It looks like the animation is pretty equally sweet. TC, I would avoid it. The Rad Wimps do the music again, so you know, it's going to be the same type of stuff there.
The Rad Wimps? Like that alone.
WIMPS.
We're just the Rad Wimps, you know. We cry, but we're so cool. Yeah, we're the Rad Wimps.
Yeah.
My mom told me we're really good, so we just kept pursuing it. And you know, now we're the Rad Wimps.
They started their band when they were freshmen in high school. They've been friends since middle school, guys. Oh, they've been best friends forever.
I love it. You guys want to play a G chord? No? Okay, just play. You're good.
They're just picking two words that sounded kind of cool to them because they may not have been speaking English too much at the time. I don't know. So, yeah.
There was no special features. There's 0 special features except for an interview, and the interview is not that good. He basically just talks about his history as a filmmaker and not really anything about this movie whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, I think we mentioned that it's a combination computer animation and hand-drawn stuff. I think it does that really well because you can't really tell what's hand-drawn and what's computer animated.
I like it. I hope we see more of this style. I loved it in Into the Spider-Verse too. So
yeah. Makes it easier to do like super detailed landscapes, it looks like.
They're just tracing. They just put a photo on, you just draw.
They're just programming it. Yeah, build a program to
lazies.
place the trees. You're not placing the trees yourself. That doesn't count as animation. It's programming. Yeah. All right. So, John, would you put this in the top 250?
Yeah.
I would too. And we're not going to ask TC
Nope.
because we know the answer.
He doesn't need to.
Oh, you didn't even have to
He's got a wedding to go to.
So here's a question,
Right,
TC.
they're walking Timmy down the aisle now. I know it's weird. They usually walk her down the aisle first, but he's going first. It's weird. I know. It's weird. It's strange.
So, Timmy, this will be your call, all right? Timmy, you got to actually, you have your fingers in the button here, Timmy. You get to make a decision here. Next week, we're scheduled to watch Requiem for a Dream. Do we want to do that, or do we want to fucking watch something else?
We watched Toy Story 3. I don't know if you want to pull this
Let's
again.
just rip the Band-Aid off, huh?
You want to do it?
Yeah, fuck it. We're watching it in my reception later, guys. It's weird, right? I thought you said finger in the butt, not finger on the button, you know? So we decided to, finger on the butt, in the butt, on the screen. Yeah, Requiem for a Dream. That's what we came up with. All right, Nancy? Yeah, fuck yeah.
All right, that about does it.
There you go.
I guess we're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. We can't wait to feel worse.
Hanging out.
I mean, we can lollygag and watch different films, but we also can't say we're not going to do a film on the list. Sorry.
Right, so we're doing it. Oh, we're doing it.
I was all set not to watch Toy Story 3 until you recanted.
Yeah.
Well, since we had to watch that, we have to watch this. So, let's just get it over with.
right.
We can
All right.
move on. It's
All
fine.
right.
It's just a movie,
You say that.
Can't be worse than I'll be happy to watch that I did with this. So that'll be
Ooh, that's them strong words right there.
that's a strong word, right?
Yeah. So Darren Aronofsky directs this. The drug-induced utopias of Fort Coney Island people are shattered when their addictions run deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to this. And I don't think we should talk about this one too much.
All right. Well,
Let's
it
see
might
where
be
it
a
takes
short
us.
one. That's fine.
Let's see where it takes us. As always.
It'll
Yes.
probably be like a 2-hour fucking podcast.
Just crying at the end of it. Oh, God.
The old in and out with the needle, huh?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Old in out with the heroin.
Oh,
needle there.
yeah. I'll try and maybe write some jokes, keep the mood light.
Oh,
Make
nice.
fun of some stuff,
some
keep
drug
it up,
jokes, some scary arm
right.
cutting off jokes, some ass-to-ass double dildo action jokes.
We'll make it a little bit less fucking dramatic because it's just such a fucking thing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Just make a joke out of it. Fuck it.
yeah, make fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
let's
boys.
do it, guys.
See you later.
Talk to you next week.
All right. Yeah. See you guys. Take care.
Stop 'em.